Hey everyone, good morning. So I'm Kiro, and this is one of my team members, Rongxin, and we were both master's students at Cornell Tech. And together with students from across several universities in New York, we built the Secret Club. Okay. So a little bit over a year ago, there was a pretty major conflict in the Hunan district in China about a large construction project for a Christian church. And one of our team members is actually a journalist in China at the time. And he wrote a story about this, but unfortunately, just a few hours later, the government forced the publication to take it down because it was deemed too controversial. And unfortunately, this was not just a one-off case. In fact, China is ranked number 176 out of 180 countries in terms of press freedom. And the problem isn't just in China. According to a report this year from Reporters Without Borders, there's only a handful of countries that are considered to be in a good or satisfactory situation. So this brought us to the following problem statement. How might we use technology to keep the public informed while protecting journalists in countries with oppressive governments? And more specifically, we wanted to focus on censorship, considering the background of our team. Governments and other bad actors use censorship as a way to control narratives and make sure that their propaganda doesn't run opposed. And this can be divided into two different forms. There's preemptive censorship, in which an editor will refuse to allow a report to be published, and then there's after-the-fact censorship, which is when the government will ask the publication to remove it. And this is something that we figured we could tackle with technology. But of course, with our solution, there were two vital considerations that we had to keep in mind. The first was that we couldn't implicate the journalists and editors in any way so that they wouldn't be in danger of going against their government. So whatever our system was, it had to be completely independent of any sort of intervention from them. And second, it had to be robust against any form of infiltration by the government so that they couldn't insert any backdoors or anything. So Rongxin is going to talk more about what we built. Yeah.
Hi everyone. Introducing to you all the Secret Club. So the Secret Club is an automated service that monitors sensitive news websites and stores them on a decentralized and censorship-resistant network, in this case called IPFS. What we also do is send censored articles on an encrypted chat to a group of people, as well as provide an easy-to-use and accessible interface for people to access these articles globally, as well as for research. So what makes IPFS, or decentralized networks, censorship-resistant? So in these networks, there are hundreds and thousands of computers. Think of something like BitTorrent, for instance. A news article is stored on one of these computers. And for a user to access the article, they simply need to connect to any of the computers on this network, and it will automatically access the article for them. Now let's say this article and this server was attacked by the government and now is down. But by this time, many other computers on the network would have already cloned the same article. And as a result, a new person or a new user can simply connect to the network without knowing how any of this works, access an article, the exact same article, but simply from a different machine. Now let's see this in action. So here there is a script which is running in the background and monitoring a sensitive news website. Every 30 minutes, it goes and scrapes this website again. And in this case, it found 2 news articles that was removed. It will then send the link of these news articles to a secure chat group on Telegram. And now a user can access these articles simply by clicking on the link. And as you can see, the news article is exactly as it was on the previous, when it was scraped. But as you can see, the link is not from the original news source. It is one from our network called IPFS that we're connected to. And you can access this from any computer. And you can even change the URL and access it from a different gateway. And you will still be able to see these, the news article. And this is the flow of how it works. And what you can see here is we intend to provide an interface for people, let's say not within these countries, to also see the articles that have been removed. And this is something that's actually very interesting because we'll be able to, for the first time ever, create a live data set of all the news articles that have been censored, and we believe there are many incredible opportunities for research in this area. These are some of the initiatives that have been taken by other organizations. So there was a use of Evernote in a novel way for the Umbrella Revolution. There's a news website in China that is doing something similar, and as well as Project Shield by Google, which is making VPNs more accessible to journalists. We're continuing with this project at Cornell Tech in a little bit of a different way. So what we realized was that building censorship-resistant storage is actually not that easy. And we believe that all applications in the future should be censorship-resistant, just like HTTPS should be available on all websites. So we're building a tool that allows any developer to plug in 10 lines of code into their applications, and now the data is censorship-resistant. If you're interested, we're also demoing downstairs at the cafe later on. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'll take this. You guys go back.